Can't find YouTube.
And we are live.
Hello. I feel like I haven't been here for a long time.
I know, it was so good.
Oh, lucky everybody. I'm back now.
It was so relaxing.
It's okay. Don't worry, guys. I'm back.
No, just kidding. All right. Well, we're going to start out with our reviews. These come from our SAFE survey, so they're not necessarily Google reviews, although we can put our Google reviews up. But
These come from like our active clients.
Client concierge, one of our assistants, calls the same person you speak to when you come in. So when you go here to coreteamhawaii.com and book a call in the top right, or you scroll to the very bottom and fill out this form. When you go there, likely Charlotte is going to give you a call within moments unless she's on another call. So Charlotte calls our clients who are actively writing offers or who have their home listed, our clients who are actively working with us every 1 week to 2 weeks. So if you're in escrow, it's every 1 week. If you're on either side of the escrow, it's every 2 weeks. And she just calls to check in, ask 5 questions. How are you doing? How is Mahi doing? Do you need anything more from Mahi or Derek or Aiden or Kenny, things of that nature? And here are one of the reviews. Oh, this is one. I told her actually not to include me on these, but anyways, here's one for me. You know, even Derek, he's doing a great job. First of all, even
Derek
is starting off a little suspect. Even Derek. I don't even know how he has the time in the world. What the heck? He's so busy, and yet he still responds like she's a family or something. Like he's family or something, I think. Everyone is cool. Aiden and Mahe, they go above and beyond, and they just texted me this morning, even on a Memorial Day weekend, just to make sure everything is good, giving me a status update. I mean, all positive things, nothing bad that we can say. So
Thanks, Bonnie.
Yeah. So Bonnie is in escrow.
Yep. Bonnie's
so
in
she's
escrow.
getting this call every week. And we have one more. Ken Dog. Kenny answered all the questions that we had. He has been honest and upfront from what we see, and we have no problem or complaint at all. So this is from Aaron. We actually, I'll click off this email. So we actually did a video with Aaron. Kenji and I just happened to be in the field shooting. Kenny was with Aaron, so we shot over there. And we ended up doing like a little client testimonial type thing. And Aaron is kind of, not kind of. Aaron seems to be more introverted, definitely introverted. And he's a self-proclaimed skeptic. He's like, I really don't trust people. I was interviewing, I talked to multiple agents, but basically you guys are really like the way you act on these videos is the way you've taken care of me, honest, upfront, forward. And I like that about Aaron. I like Bonnie's raving optimism too, but knowing that Aaron's kind of a cynic and he's skeptical and he's evaluating everything and he's like, yeah, you guys are legit. That's pretty cool. All right. So as always, leave your questions, comments in the chat.
The light spacer. Hey, Uncle Derek and Auntie Mahe.
Who is it?
I don't know who that is.
Uncle Derek and Auntie Mahe. Let me see.
I'll take it. I'm definitely Auntie status.
Yeah, you are Auntie. Not me though.
You are Auntie as well.
All right. So today we're going to get into some Eva Beach drama as well as new construction update. So let's save the drama. Let's save the... what?
Just
You guys got signals over here?
escrow dramas,
Oh, yeah?
baby fires, I guess.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Nah, we just said, what did we say? Big Little Trouble or something.
Which
is
file? Which?
I'll talk about it after.
Oh, okay. One of the ones we were just talking about?
Yes. We'll talk about it after because I don't know the full story either. So we'll talk about it after, Mary.
I want to know. Who wants to spill the tea?
No tea
Put it in the
being spilled.
comments.
We gotta learn the tea. We gotta steep the tea first.
Okay. Premature.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to save the Eva Beach drama. Let's talk about the new construction.
Okay.
So Aiden, who's not on camera, but is right back there, was saying that he was, he had his ear to the streets.
I don't know that that's how you say that.
I don't know that he used those words, but Aiden had, he's got people on the streets. And Molehu, that's the name of the new community in Ho'opili. we were driving by. When I say we, I mean Aiden, our team.
We were driving by.
And some homes are in the drywall phase. Oh. So they're getting siding put on the outside. And so for people who have been waiting for a ho'opili, more affordable single family.
CPR style.
Like mamaka.
Like mamaka.
It's basically...
And like Wai'oha in Koa Ridge. So.
Like Wai'oha.
Yeah.
Although... I think it kind of is mamaka with different roofs. The same way like Ikena like is Kanalani with different roofs.
They said it would be similar. But did they in the E-Blast did they do floor plans yet? No, yeah. You can see the outside. You can only see the outside.
I think it basically is mamaka with so mamaka, if you're not familiar with this community, it's a DR Horton is building this new community in Eva, Ho'opili. I'll hit up the map right here. There.
Easy pop on to the freeway. So as far as commute goes for Eva Beach, the best commute from Eva Beach if you're town bound, if you're going town bound. So
with the exception of maybe West Lock Estates and Fairways.
I would say more better still.
Than West Lock Estates?
Depending on if you get a little bit traffic right over there, you're never going to have a little bit traffic over here.
But you get more here. So what Mahe is saying is this gets really congested, which it gets super congested. And then what I'm saying is, yeah, but you have extra freeway to contend with. So similar, right?
Yeah.
Similar. It's like the front of Eva Beach, the most Mauka, the most proximal to the freeway.
Yeah.
And it's brand new. It's not, at this point, 35 years old, like West Lock. And so it's right here. So DR Horton's building this new community, and you have these homes that are...
And they're closer to the freeway, too. They're more perimeter style, I think.
Oh, yeah, they're more up here.
Right, so.
And they're like they're like where a townhome becomes single family, right?
Yes.
Because you have small downstairs, small upstairs. Combined, it's 1,200 square foot or whatever. Yeah. But, 600 here, 600 there can feel kind of small. But that's the more affordable side of single family.
Yeah.
Brand new construction.
With a garage.
With a garage. Bit of a yard. Around 900s.
I would guess.
Starting 920s?
We don't have the list yet. And I can't remember. Mamaka was so long ago. The last time they did, Ho'opili did like a CPR single family was quite a while ago already.
Mamaka was low, got high in the peak, and then got lower
That's what I'm saying. There's been so much like market adjustments since that time that I have no idea what they're going to come to market at.
Well, anyways, point being is Aiden, our team... I
personally drove.
But I did it. So we spoke to the people in the streets, and they said, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I want all real estate agents who watch our channel to sign off right now. This is our information only.
Bye.
But basically said that typically, or it's not unusual. A release could come, some kind of, encoded wording like that a release could come around the time that the first phase is in its drywall phase. So basically the home's getting close to completion, right? That's when you want to start selling them and getting them off the books. You want to sell them too soon because you could have permit issues, you could have this issues, that issues. You don't want, if you have pent up energy and people want to buy, you don't want to necessarily leave them waiting like a condo building in town for 2 years for the condo to finish.
Yeah.
Single family in this kind of situation, sell it a couple months before completion. And so it seems that there's going to be a single family release in Ho'opili soon. So if you want more information on that, hit us up. There's 2 ways in which the homes are going to be released over time in this phase. We know the 2 ways. We'll do our best to get you in there and get you the one you want. That's really it. We've closed on a couple of Ho'opilis recently.
Yeah. I think the most recent one was Danny and Vance.
Shout out to Danny and Vance.
Dope perimeter lot.
I'm surprised that was still left.
Well, we waited in line for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were like on a hike to, what were they doing?
Was there a release?
Yeah, this was a while ago already.
Oh, I thought this was one of the ones left over recently.
No, it was not a leftovers. It was like the last release that had like perimeter lots in it. And they were hiking Coco Head, and I was in the gym and had like not driven myself. I had to like catch a ride home to like fly over there to get, in line.
Yeah.
And there was like one person in front of us who was also eyeing that like one lot, you know. And there was a different one that they would have taken as, you know, like, this is fine. It's still in the bluffs. But it was like, really, that was kind of like the lot that had like the good view and stuff on it. And luckily the person above, you know, they're like, oh, junk that one. Like, you know, we just talking about it. Like, oh, yeah, kind of junk that corner over there. Like, you know, like,
sure,
trying to talk it down. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, junk, so junk,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like knowing that we wanted that one. So we were able to get it. They just closed. Gorgeous, gorgeous house. Really good views. I mean,
how do you like how the community is coming together as a whole?
I like it.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear you guys. So Mahi, Aiden, and I, along with Kenji, were out filming, and we were in Koa Ridge.
Yeah.
And you guys are like, I like the resale prospect of Ho'opili more than Koa Ridge, which I don't sell as many houses day to day and do as many comps and underwriting of deals on a day to day, week to week basis as these two. So I have to respect their opinion. With my bit of lack of knowledge, I would think Koa Ridge, because it's all the things. Like, everyone in Hawaii has been waiting for Koa Ridge for decades. It's closer to town, and there's just more limited inventory.
Yes,
It's
more
a
limited
smaller
inventory. But
So
I
why
wasn't.
do you guys think Ho'opili is?
I wasn't saying it in that manner of like, oh, this is going to appreciate better and it's going to have better resale.
Well, in the short term, Aiden thought so, and he's really good at underwriting these things. So
Well,
why though?
maybe just because that, I don't know. To me, it's like Koa Ridge is a community where, well, in my experience, all the people that I'm working with in Koa Ridge, nobody's looking at it as a, like, in 4 years when I PCS out, it's all to hold forever. Like, it's all.
Yeah, but I get 2 listings right now.
Huh?
There's 2 on the market. I saw 2 for sale signs.
In there?
Yeah. People
Interesting.
selling already.
Well, also it's like not. Ho'opili is a lot more activated, I would say. So there's still a lot of work to be done in Koa Ridge. Like, there's going to be commercial, there's going to be medical, that stuff. But like we mentioned when we're out there, like, if somebody wants, you know, if somebody's thing is not like the cooler climate and this community and like Pearl City High School or whatever, they may want all the other things that come with, you know, Eva Beach and their proximity to ocean, the proximity to Kapolei and everything that has to offer. Plus, Koa Ridge is just a more expensive price point. So more turnover, more inventory, more, you know, more people, more buyer pool in a lower price point community for new construction within Ho'opili.
I see. Yeah.
But, I mean, I like Koa Ridge better.
I didn't
think.
like it, you know.
I know. You guys
Give us a
didn't like
comment.
it.
Would you guys want to live in new construction? I took my wife to Koa Ridge thinking maybe this will
Yeah, but did you
motivate
show her the like model home, not just the Waioha open house? Did you go to like the sales center where the home that the sales center is in is kind of like a Nanea home?
No.
Okay.
Well, we walked in and the ladies were like, "Oh, the open house is down there," so we went. We didn't walk through that home.
That's a different
I
experience.
need you as my buyer's agent.
Well, you should have told me then. I don't know why you never call me. But
we didn't love it. The community, if I were to move out of Mililani, which is more, you know, I don't know. I'm not serious where about that. But the things about Mililani, if you're trying to find negatives, just such a perfect community. It's like a little sterile
yeah,
and a little boring. Like Koa Ridge was a worse version of that.
I've got to stop using words like worse. Like, it's not worse.
Worse,
It's
sure.
just like, it's just like another safe, nice, nothing crazy going on.
Well,
community.
the lacking of like character, the gentrified homogeneity. Oh, you like that word, huh? The homogeneous. I don't know if I used that right. The homogeneous
Aiden's
nature.
on the off, like right off camera, like Googling,
He
making
can't
sure.
spell it anyway. How is he gonna look it up? You Siri.
Oh, shots fired.
But yeah, Koa Ridge is like the Ocean Point version of.
The light spacer said,
Mililani.
"Nah, Koa Ridge junk." Why do you think it's junk, though?
I've been seeing that person's
light
leaving a lot of
spacer.
comments, huh?
That's the one
no,
called you
that's,
uncle. Wait.
A billion
Jay
comments
Holland.
from this person.
Are there newer homes in Midwest Kalihi? No.
Midwest.
I'm trying
Kalihi.
to like, what is Midwest Kalihi?
What is, you know what? Let's go to the map. You know how there is a west and an east to everything, but that's not something someone says?
Yeah. I also like, we don't really say west or east or north or south. Like, it's like upper or lower or Mauka or Makai.
People say west side.
That's like
And
a
then-
whole side of the
And
island.
then people say East Honolulu.
That's still just a side of the island. It's
Little
not
bit.
like, oh, the west, or we live in the west end of
Of the
Hawaii Kai.
town. Yeah,
you know,
that's not really a thing. Yeah. Total side note. You know, in the Journey song, it's born and raised in South Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that there's really
You're not
no.
gonna sing it.
You guys not ready. You guys haven't drank enough for me to sing that. I heard that there's actually no place referred to as South Detroit.
Interesting.
Yeah. Side note.
So what you're saying is there may not be a Midwest Kalihi.
Midwest.
Let's try and figure out what
What would you call Midwest Kalihi?
I don't know.
Mapuna Puna?
Maybe, but no.
The industrial area is mid. Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, but no, there are not new.
You know, like where like Sun Noodle and all that stuff is in Kalihi?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the
Is that not
mochi
Mapuna
place?
Puna? What, Nishiro?
Nishiro.
Yeah.
Like that's like Midwest
Amazing.
Kalihi, right?
That's a little sleeper cell mochi place.
People don't know about that.
If you don't know, but don't go on Girls' Day. I tell you what.
That's right before you go airport, you go get that
Yeah.
and then
Go early.
Yeah. Take them to the mainland. But anyway. All right. Any more questions in the comment section?
Anthony. I think the moleku prices were accidentally posted on Zillow briefly over the weekend. Maybe. You know what? I heard from somebody in line.
Accidentally.
I heard somebody online, not online. I heard somebody in line when I was waiting in line for somebody. I can't remember who it was, but for Ikena, that they had like accidentally posted the price sheet, but it was like for sure an accident because
Really? Somebody got fired?
maybe I don't know, but the price sheet for the next thing got like accidentally posted on the whatever, which is how they knew to go wait that day, because they're like, wait, those are not released lots. Like we should go wait in line just in case. And then the next day there was a thing, but I'm sure they have tightened security since then.
I see.
And nobody's going to make that mistake twice. But
All right. Well, Anthony, are you buying molehu? Hit us up.
call us up. Christian, what's going on with you? What's up, boo?
Yeah. Christian, what's up, boo? All right. I'm going to...
Hi, Eric. Aloha from low 60s and raining Michigan. Come for a visit. Come see us. Oh, he said South Detroit is Windsor. So nobody
do they
says
say
South Detroit,
Detroit,
then. He's
though?
like, no, that's Windsor. Say Windsor. Born
that
and
what he's
raised in
saying?
Windsor. No, I'm just ad-libbing what I feel like Eric is saying.
All right. I'm looking up I should have prepared and brought up this Eva Beach drama. Well, anyways, there's this story on the news. Oh yeah, right here. You got my thing? So this 63-year-old
goodness.
man, yeah, look how bust up he
Oh
is.
my God.
This isn't necessarily real estate, but if you're considering moving into areas, some of the recent happenings matter to you, right? And so this, CPB, get out of here. So this 63-year-old man, I'm going to go away from that for now. This guy in Eva Beach, the neighbors were popping illegal fireworks.
Yeah. In
Which
June or May.
We're going to talk about
Yeah.
that. But the neighbors were popping illegal fireworks. He got frustrated. He went over and kicked the fireworks over. And then these three younger guys, they used the word mobbed on the news.
They said that?
They said mobbed, which to me is like a
Slangy, like.
a slangy.
Yeah. Like.
It means like, jumped. Jumped
Yeah.
is a slangy word too.
Yeah.
But what would be?
Like a kind of like, I don't know, like moke kind gossip. Like, oh.
But maybe mob is a more official word, like because a mob of people.
Yeah.
To mobbed as a verb. Anyway, they mobbed this guy. So 3 guys beat up this guy.
Do we know how old these people were? We know he's 60 something, but were
They
they
look-
kids?
There's like a really not good video, but they look on the younger side. Yeah, probably.
bruh.
Yeah. And then the guy's in the hospital. They're asking the guy, probably someone's in jail by this point. Don't know for sure. But the guy's like in bad condition in the hospital. And I don't watch the news a ton, but somehow I saw that. And I feel like that's something that a client could bring to us and say, hey, what about this? How is Eva Beach really? Mm-hmm. So fireworks in May.
Yeah, that's a thing. I even have fireworks in May in Mililani.
Yeah.
And
is it common though?
I mean, I live pretty close to like a park, and yeah, it's pretty common where I am.
Oh, because
like,
people pop it at the park?
Yeah, because little punks come and like drive their trucks and run, drop one, the thing goes off, and then they speed off and go do it at the next park. Like that's like a Mililani punk thing to do.
Oh,
they ate it. You would know. Did you do that? Were you a Mililani punk? He's like, nah. Oh, he was in marching band.
He was in marching band. Yeah.
No, he did not. He didn't have time for
I don't know the statistics, but I feel like marching band members statistically probability are not fireworks poppers.
Yeah. So I understand that when I hear the story, I'm just like no's across the board to everything that happened. Like, no, I'm like, that's irritating. Fireworks probably going off all the time right over there. No, he went over there and kicked a thing over. No, don't do that. Like everybody is just going to be all the kind. And then a bunch of young kids jumping this old man. No, again, just like a whole lot of no across the board of like every single thing that went on, like everything that happened. I was like, yeah, of course this was going to end like this. Like every single interaction was bad from the beginning. I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, let's talk about it from an area familiarization,
Yeah.
real estate, relocation, whether that's relocating from Big Island to Oahu or coming back home after a long time, or you're totally from the mainland or another country looking at this.
Yeah.
So, Eva Beach. And Kenji and I early, before Mahi was even in the scene, I think we did a video talking about this. And I will drop us on Papipi Road because that is
Papipi.
The road.
That's where my best friend grew up, and I've never been past there.
Really?
I mean, now I have been. We used to go Hullbush,
Yeah. Oh, you never went past?
Yeah, not until like later in my adult life.
You just turn right at the 7-Eleven.
Yep. That's it. That's the one road.
Well, this is Papipi Road, which the incident looked like it was kind of in this zone. Who knows, though? But you have Ocean Point. So look at these new track homes with obviously an HOA, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you can only paint your house a certain colors. And obviously, it's not just that guy taking care of these bushes and this, what do you call that? Like median thing.
Yeah.
And then you cross the street, which, so when Kenji and I were in high school, they might have been starting to level and make all of this dirt and get ready for building, but it didn't really exist. You come down Papipi, and we went to high school around here.
Yeah.
And this was, had some bangas that lived around here, And I'm not to say this isn't a nice HOA neighborhood, but it's not an HOA neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, like my girlfriend, one of my best friends growing up, like her daughter is my goddaughter kind. Like that's how tight we are. They had a very nice house. Like my dad redid all of the drywall. Like it was a very nice place, right? Her house. But I also remember it being like the auntie, like across the way being like all bus up, all any kind. And like
all what?
All bus up, all bus up, all any kind.
Well, we're not here to,
So it's just like a non-HOA community, right? Like you're going to have more of a mixed bag. Like there could be a very nice, totally remodeled, brand new, tear down, reconstruction house. But then you could also have something that's been in a family for generations that's been vacant for 30 years that is dilapidated and falling down. That's just the nature of no HOA.
Right. And so I've clicked through this. Kenji, are you still on the map? All right. I'm going to drop the guy back on Papipi Road near an intersection. And point being is, we did a video with Kenny from our team recently. And Kenny lives deep into this area. In fact, it's not Ocean Point anymore. It's Ho'akale. So even bougier. I mean, even more
there's like
stricter
a more
HOA.
Yeah, there's like a more level of like perceived elevation.
There's a country club.
Yes.
I mean, there's literally
Yeah.
a country
Golf
club
course,
with a golf
country
course.
club.
And
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah.
So Kenny lives in there. And then Kenji and I grew up, you know, we didn't live in here. Although Kenji's neighborhood a little more like this. I lived up the street a little bit, kind of in between the two, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's just a different culture. It just is what it is. And
Yeah.
we're not going to talk demographics or protected classes but that is a different thing than that.
Yeah.
And why does this matter? Why are we even talking about it on a real estate channel?
Because it's important to understand like the types of things that happen in these communities and to have the correct expectation for it.
If I were moving to New York and you were my real estate agent, you would have something to say and you know, budget allowed for the two. You'd have something to say about, you know, Manhattan versus the Bronx or Harlem or Coney Island. I don't even know these places.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But you'd have something to say like, hey, the culture, the experience is going to be different.
Yeah.
You have and for us in Hawaii, I can tell you if I sell you a house in here, that's totally fine. I bet you your barbecue is going to be better
Yeah.
than with your neighbors.
Correct.
If you move in and you're a month later, you're like, hey, bro, my neighbors are so cool. We're all getting together, have a big barbecue. Derek and Mahe, thank you so much. Come over. Versus if you do that in here, I've just put in my money. The barbecue is going to hit harder in here.
Yeah. I think they have better barbecues. I think they have better
Parking.
kanikapila. I think they have better grad parties. I just feel like...
But I'm also letting you know before you ever write that offer.
They also get better grad parties, meaning, you know, I can have parties from time to time.
And even me, I could get irritated with illegal fireworks, even though, like, okay, Derek, you were raised there. You know what you're getting into. Why you live there? Like, okay, but if you guys popping that every weekend,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
But those guys have been living here a long time. I'm not trying to victim shame.
Well, I saw in the comment here, somebody mentioned, like, not trying to justify anything, but it was high school grad night.
That's the thing. In Hawaii, high school grad night
Mayhem.
is like
I went to
above
Kahuku.
wedding,
Oh,
above college graduation,
Above college graduation. Like, it's
above job promotion,
Yes.
above babies first. I mean,
mean,
not babies first, but
it's on par with
par
baby's
with
first baby's first luau. Like,
yeah. Well, I was trying to think of like because they
A
don't really,
mainland thing,
mainland don't really
like,
do baby's first birthday like that.
I don't know, like a quinceañera.
It's the big like a
Like
quinceañera, right?
what's a mainland thing that's huge that like we like it's more than that even.
Yeah, graduation party. Like it's called grad season.
Yeah. And it's like every park, every rec center is booked out, you know, like oh my God, when I was living on Molokai, there's like 3 venues, right, to do anything at. So it's
Gotta be
just
at
like,
people's houses.
yeah,
and
you're
yards,
having grad parties sometimes before the kids even graduate because
Yeah.
everything is so booked out.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's that big of a deal here. So contextually and just like for some like cultural context, like that's important to know too. Like, hey, you live in this non-HOA community, guaranteed during grad season now, which is like all of May.
All the weekends from mid-May at least.
Yeah.
If not
like,
early.
Could be possibly through the summer until they're going away to college.
Certainly, I would say May 15th to June 30th.
Yes.
Every weekend.
You're going to
just
have
assume.
illegal aerials. I mean, I went to Kahuku grad last weekend.
And that is a unique, yeah.
And it's just like the way we as a community celebrate our graduates, like we go hard.
Yeah.
So expect that. So you should have like a level of expectation of like, yes, it is going to be annoying to my life, but also this is really big time for our community. This is like a big event for our kids. And we talk about all the time, we love our kids and we love our kupuna here.
Yeah.
So we're going to go off for them. And it's going to be, depending on what neighborhood you are in, it could be the level of irritation to your life can be higher, like if it bothers you.
Again, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Not justified.
No.
Shame on you guys.
Yes.
You 3 young local boys.
Because it's like, on the one hand, it's like, oh, gotta understand, like these kids, it's like for some of them, they don't go off to college. This is like their big event the whole family is so proud of them. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, your whole family also is against mobbing some old man.
Yeah.
Like, so there's
I'm sure he said kupuna, like the elders weren't okay with it, etc. But point being is not justified. All we're saying is that if you were going to buy a house, back to the context of we're a real estate channel, if you were going to buy a house there, we would warn you about that.
Yes.
You would be forewarned.
Yes.
If you were going to sell a house in that community, it starts to get into gray area, but we're going to have a conversation about you disclosing such activities.
Mm-hmm.
Are there noise nuisances?
Mm-hmm.
I think you as a seller, I'm going to recommend that you should say there are occasional fireworks, lit off throughout the year. It is heightened around New Year's and graduation season.
Yeah.
That could be a disclosure. And you know what? Back to my map. To be fair, it might be more of a disclosure here than here. If you live on this block versus this block versus this block.
Mm-hmm.
If you live on this part of Ocean Point, right next to just one family who ruins it, who always wants to pop fireworks.
Yeah.
It might be a different disclosure than if you live 2-3 blocks in, right?
You know what? This is like interesting to me because I have yet to see fireworks ever be on a disclosure statement yet.
And they should be, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, yeah. But it's interesting. Like, to me, it's a non-issue. Like, it hasn't come up as something that I'm like, oh, how come we don't see that? Because we are the type of team that is going to tell you that.
Yeah.
But not only would not everybody tell you that, but not everybody like knows that because they aren't familiar with that neighborhood, or maybe they didn't like know anybody in the neighborhood. They didn't grow up in that area or whatever.
I'm going to clarify and call a spade a spade. What you're saying is if someone's not from here and they're doing real estate here.
Yeah, they may not
and they
know.
Like the one agent who's always making jokes like, is Eva even Hawaii?
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
She literally
is not gonna know.
would not know that that's the culture in those areas.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And
so if it's not
having
on the disclosure, she's not going to press for it because she wouldn't know either.
She would never know.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't come up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so anyways, that's the recent local Eva Beach drama.
Yeah.
What does that say to someone considering neighborhoods? Look at Felix and them considering Eva Beach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I not move to Eva Beach because of fireworks?
No.
Potentially. I wouldn't. There's other reasons why I wouldn't move to the areas that have the most fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
But fireworks would be a part of the whole thing. Why I wouldn't move to certain areas. Would less frequent fireworks and or more distant fireworks stop me from moving to a newer part of Eva Beach with an HOA? Unlikely.
Yeah.
If I have a certain pet, a certain dog that starts diarrheaing in the house when there's a bomb that goes off a mile away, that might be a consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Without that, the occasional pop from a distance. We just did a seller's appointment, a seller consultation with a guy who lives deeper in this neighborhood, the new construction side.
Yeah.
And asked him about the fireworks. And he liked the area for its manicured nature. He liked the area for there being a country club. He liked the area for a lot of reasons that are opposite the adjacent neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, are fireworks an issue? He goes, not enough to care to me. And he's a guy who would care.
Yeah.
And not enough for me to care, and he's a guy who would care. So would I not move to Eva Beach because of this? Certain areas, the answer could be yes.
Yeah.
Other areas, the answer is it's a non-issue.
Yeah. And also, like, I want to clarify that this is like a very strange, polarizing, like extravagant event that has happened. It's normally just, freaking kids, so irritating. And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
This type of violence because of aerial fireworks, like.
It depends on who you are.
I mean, I'm not talking about Brada over there fighting with Brada over here.
I'm going to write down a name. We're not going to say who. But we had a client. What if that person moved to that neighborhood?
That would not be good.
Because of the demeanor.
Yes.
There would be fights.
Oh, for sure. There would be fights.
Yeah.
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 Did you know who we were talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So because of the demeanor of this person who bought a house with us, he's gonna go over, and the law says you better not. I'm calling the cops. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
But we would also guide him away from that neighborhood. Be like, I don't think you want to live there.
Yeah.
You're
Or like,
not
sure,
gonna
you want
it.
to. Here's public YouTube videos of all the goings on.
Yeah. Like, I have to walk a fine line as a professional here.
Yeah.
But you sure?
Yeah.
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 So, yes, Mahi is correct. It is a unique. It doesn't happen every day. It's a bit polarizing. We're kind of focusing on some negative stuff. We don't always focus on.
I say that because like normally, or for our team anyway, we're not going to put somebody like that who would hate that community.
Yes.
And be bothered by that community and be prone to getting into fights in that community.
Yeah.
In that community.
Right.
So it's rare because this doesn't typically happen. It's not like an everyday thing where like fireworks is a thing that happens all the time.
Fireworks is an everyday thing on Oahu.
Yeah. But it's not like a people
on this island.
And it's just like it is what it is. Like, you know, the cops don't really even do anything about it at this point because it's just so much part of the culture that it'd be so hard to like.
If I'm, we're keeping it real. I'm not saying any names. When you live in a neighborhood and New Year's comes around, the cops and the firemen go hard with the fireworks.
I know. Yeah.
HPD, I'm sorry, but you know what it is.
You know who you are. You
know what it is. The cops and the firemen go hard with the fireworks sometimes. I'm just saying.
There's some. Yeah. Get some.
Do we have some questions? A real estate question? Thank you, Jay, for getting us back to real estate.
Jay Holland. No, we already got that one. Oh. If houses are 800,000, we would have to 800,000. We would have to put down 150,000 to 200 on Oahu. It depends what type of loan product you're using.
Yeah.
VA 0 down. FHA what 3%?
Yeah, as low as
3.5. Or 3 to 5%. So no, it's not like a classic. You have to do 20%. I mean, you may, depending on loan product, have to pay more in like mortgage insurance and stuff if you have a lower down payment.
Yeah, that whole have to comes from avoiding mortgage insurance.
Mm-hmm.
But we can run the numbers, and long story short, sooner you buy, the better off you are if you're holding for a long time.
Yeah.
So if you wait to outsave the market like I did from my 20s into my 30s, if you Dave Ramsey it in a state like Hawaii or California, you just never jump in the river. I have my river analogy. The housing market in terms of appreciation and inflation is a lot like a river, and trying to run next to the river and run faster than the river is like saving. It's like Dave Ramseying it.
Mm-hmm.
Using leverage, using a loan, jumping in with an FHA or a VA loan, it's like jumping in the river with a raft, a canoe, whatever, and paddling. So now you're using the inertia of the market, of the river, and you're paddling to go faster than it. So you're building wealth and appreciation, inflation. You are getting more dollars to your name because of the value of your home. So the sooner you jump in the river, the better typically. Also, Aiden ran an interesting thing, which I think I guess I understood conceptually, but I never put it the way he put it, which is when you, on an $800,000 home, if you put 20% down versus 5, the 20 to get to a position of 800,000 in equity. So that is appreciation. That is appreciation and principal pay down. To get to that position, it was like 15 years with 20 down and then 13.5 with 5% down. Something like that. He's thinking.
Oh, so just like a year and a half.
Kind of same, but less number. So 13.9 and 12, whatever. So 18-month difference to get to the equity position of the thing you're buying. So again, let me say that again. You buy for 800. In one situation, you put 5 down. In the other situation, you put
20%.
20 down. This represents 20. To get to a equity position of 800, that's principal pay down, so your mortgage pay down, and the appreciation at he probably used 4%, I'm assuming. 5% took you 13.9 years, 20% took you like 12.5. So only an 18-month difference to build $800,000 in wealth. But if you tried to save from 5 to 15, or 5 to 20, so 160,000. If you tried to save from 40,000 to 160,000,
that's taking
the river's
years.
gonna outrun you, and you're like, simply you buy a home sooner typically.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did, and I've been listening to some more Dave Ramsey recently, and while I don't regret learning the things I learned in my 20s into my 30s, I know I'd be worth a lot more if I bought real estate sooner.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
The only person who has a chance is Aiden.
Mimi. Aloha. Question. Any new development planned near Waipahu, Royal Kunia, Waikele area along with the rail station? Seems convenient with the shopping park if developed more in the future. I'm trying to even think where you could even... No, that's not like Royal Kunia. She's talking like Waipahu, like Waikele, Waipio.
Ho'opili and Koa Ridge. Those are the answers.
That's pretty much it.
I'm going to pull up the map here. So to the question about can I buy a little bit more west and use the rail, it's going to be Ho'opili. Oh, wait. It's going to be Ho'opili because the rail literally like originates here. So it'd be Ho'opili or... Ho'opili and Koa Ridge is up here.
Yeah.
But you're not like riding your bike to the rail. You gotta like go into the Waipahu stop.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think because their question is like there by the rail. I don't think there's space for anything new there.
What could conceivably happen is over time Waipahu could get a little gentrified because now you have these rail stops, and then so someone invests. You saw like when I lived in Oakland, California, I saw this. You'd have this kind of not as nice area, and then someone would like build a new building or redo a whole new thing or whatever, and raise the prices, and then you start to get like not as many families and like single people who are like, oh, this is cool. And then they opened a bar, or I can catch the train into like that process could start to happen in Waipahu.
I don't really see it.
Unlike like saying you're talking years down the road, if at all ever.
Yeah.
And then nothing
but over
new.
there, not really. No.
Salt Lake.
If your goal is like real life, and new construction, then Ho'opili.
Ho'opili it is. Ho'opili it is. Any other questions?
Are buyers negotiating their agents' commissions rates now? And what is the new norm?
No. So I just read an email from the like leadership in our national brokerage. Some of that stuff got pushed back from July into August. And in the end, I don't think really anything's going to change. I don't think so. The most sensational way to approach the news topic that was the real estate lawsuit was to say the real estate industry is flipped upside down. The way of doing business is different forever. And really what concretely is for sure is that when you go onto the computer and it says offering 2%, 2.5%, 3% to a buyer's agent, they can't advertise that anymore. They can still offer it. And that's the whole point is I think they still will. I mean, as far as I can tell, everyone still is. The market will decide. And when we help you, we have to have, it's not that it's optional as it had been in Hawaii. Now will be more like Utah, where it's required that I have an agreement with you, saying that you are working with, Mahe, our whole team, Core Team Hawaii, brokered by EXP, list all the agents' names, that all of us can help you with your real estate transaction.
Yeah.
Those are the two things that are for sure. Removal of commission marketing and
buyer representation.
Buyer representation agreements having to be signed and executed.
Yeah.
So no. Short answer is no. No one is doing that. However, a buyer could always have gone to a seller on the market and said, hey, I saw your house was listed. I want to fill out the contract. I want to do all the stuff. Here's my offer from me. I know one or two people that's how they do it. Out of all the people
Are they
I know.
ex-agents or something? Like,
No,
because
this
it just
one
seems
guy.
like such a dangerous thing to do to me. Like,
This one guy, Doug, he's like a huge financial nerd. He's like big in the Facebook groups of financial independence, early retirement communities.
yeah.
He'll refer me actually. Yeah, but Doug's like the only guy I really know. That's how he does it. The thing is, Doug may or may not be even saving money because like Doug will sell his own house as a for sale by owner, which has always been an option too. You can sell your own house. No one says you couldn't. And Doug feels very accomplished that he does it himself. Doug does not know how much money he may or may not have left on the table, but he's also a very smart guy. And in his underwriting, maybe he achieves maximum dollar and sells it himself. I don't know. But no, none of the perceived future adjustments are happening yet. The two that we know are going to happen will happen. Here's the thing. New construction, whether now in the middle of the pandemic, in the middle of the Great Recession of 2008-9, new construction, D.R. Horton, Castle and Cook, Lennar, however you say it on the mainland, these builders still offer buyers agents commissions because they understand that it makes business sense.
Yeah.
The billion-dollar corporations that build houses like D.R. Horton, I don't know if they're worth $1 billion, but hundreds of millions.
Yeah. That's a good point. I never really put it that way of like
They don't have to offer a commission.
Absolutely, they don't have to. They have their own marketing. They're
So why do they?
strong marketing team, but they know that offering it brings in more buyers, brings in more confident buyers, brings in buyers who are more enthusiastic and will stay in contracts. You know,
and brings
like,
in skilled, right? Because even if you skip us, I hope you don't skip us and watch all of our videos, get all the info, and then not use us for your new construction purchases. I hope that you call us. I hope that you go to coreteamhawaii.com here. But even if there's an agent involved either way. Difference is now the person who works for D.R. Horton now takes you as a customer, right? They're paying an agent either way. Let's take another example. Kuile Place. Congratulations to Dr. Al. Dr. Al got into Kuile Place recently.
Ooh.
The agent who we know, Ben, he hit me up and went back and forth. And long story short, Kuile Place was paying one way or another.
Yeah.
Whether Ben and I were splitting it or Ben was getting it all, Kuile Place is paying. The builder, Kobayashi Group, is paying. So what am I saying? The free market dictates where money goes. That's what I think. It may or may not always do it the most ethical way or the most efficient way. Sometimes it does it more ethically and efficiently than government intervention, I'll just say. Let's not get into political views, but if it didn't make sense for builders to offer a commission, they wouldn't. So could all the sellers in the world have a meeting right now and say they're going to stop offering commissions? Sure. Thus far, that hasn't happened. I think if it were going to happen, it would have happened when this news were at its peak, and now the news is only dwindling and it's an afterthought. I think that sellers' agents, for the most part, dread not having a buyer's agent who's incentivized on the other side. Yeah. I don't want to do it. There's some agents that I don't want to do any business with, period. But for the most part, I don't want there to be not an agent on the other side.
Yeah.
Like there needs to be someone on that side. There are too many emotions. There are too many things like non-disclosure of noise nuisances with fireworks.
Yeah.
There are non-disclosure of termites.
Yeah.
Which we experienced in fourth quarter of last year. There are too many things that can go wrong and get litigious too quickly.
Yeah. For you to not have your own advocacy. Like,
as my friend Little D would say, Dylan's dad. He's like, Chalu, it doesn't worth it.
It doesn't worth it.
It doesn't worth it, yeah. It doesn't worth it not to have an agent. So we'll see. You might be watching this channel in 6 months and we're selling solar panels because there's no more real estate industry. I just don't think that that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't see any new questions. Kenji, you see it? Did it?
What'd you say?
Oh.
Pingamar.
Oh, if I'm new in Honolulu and I just want to rent a house of rooms, any suggestions? Rent a house of rooms.
A room in a house?
Do you mean a room in a house?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Craigslist, which be careful, right?
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. I would trust more than I would Craigslist.
Yeah. Or
these
like
days.
some group. I would want a suggestion from a friend or something.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Coffee shops or something would probably have good leads on things like that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Trivia question. Can't be. Is there another question? If not, I'm going to close with a trivia question. There's another question? Oh, Pengamar followed up? Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I can't even see it. So.
Is there a question? No, right? Or, okay, I don't know.
This is.
Okay, so what?
Okay. All right. So trivia question. Can't be your North Shore spot that we will not name. Mm-hmm. Can't retire there. Where would you retire? And you're at least 50.
Okay. Kahalu'u.
Kahalu'u?
Yeah.
So North Kaneohe?
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring that up on the map. Like Kaneohe, just go north where it really starts to become country. Like you're like, oh, I'm entering country.
Yeah.
Why Kahalu'u? Why not
Ka'ava?
Why not Kaneohe?
Because it's like the medium between Ka'ava and Kaneohe. I would be happy in any of those areas.
But you don't like get like a beach in front of you in Kahalu'u.
I don't really like want a beach in front of me. I'm retired. I want to be left alone. I don't want a bunch of randos like driving and parking on my street. Like I want.
What kind of house though?
Like a ranch style 3-bed, 2-bath, wraparound deck, 1940s.
Okay. Kahalu'u don't have a lot of that because although Kahalu'u is the start of the country, it's like still unnecessarily piled on top of each other. So I feel like
I don't need a big
it almost
lot.
does the things you're trying to achieve and then
is
doesn't.
money no option?
No, max. Let's say the most you have is 2.5.
That's
kind of no option.
That's plenty. Let's go lower than that because
1.7.
Ohui Manu maybe.
Ohui Manu.
No. That's still too like HOA for me. Like I want it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Aiden's cousin lives over there. It's nice.
Yeah. It's not.
So this is Kahalu'u. If you guys, I just dropped my guy somewhere.
Yeah. Like I like this a lot better than I like for retirement. Like Ohui Manu is like I could live there for sure right now.
Really?
Yeah. But
what are you getting at? Like what?
I don't know. I just like
you
an
want
older,
it to be less
more,
nice when you get older?
I just want older and country and like less people, less humans, and like less troubles and less bothersome.
I don't think Kahalu'u does that. I think it just gets a little more country, but doesn't do any of those things.
I think it does.
I think you're wrong about where you want to retire.
I think you're wrong about wanting me to retire where you want me to retire.
But you see my point though?
No.
Jokes aside?
I like all of this. What is?
But Ohui Manu isn't any closer together.
Yeah, but maybe I'm like still very frugal in my retirement. Even if I do have more money available to me, I'm like, I don't want to pay that price for the extra things that Ohui Manu gets because those things aren't that important to me.
So you're perceiving it to be unnecessarily expensive.
Yes.
I see.
Yeah, in my retirement where where I'm not like slamming work anymore and I want to be conservative with my home because what I need to live is not. I don't need to hear the gong from the Byodo mission. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I don't need to hear that.
Okay, Kenji, can I be Makaha Valley? Where would you retire? 1.7 million max.
1.7 max. Come on.
Wailua.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, you go fishing every day.
Easy for fish.
He's gotta go fishing every day
whenever he wants.
Okay. Right on. I think Makakilo is on mine, but that would probably be the one that you guys go, Derek, can I do Makakilo? Because you've mentioned it before.
You already said that like 100 times. So
Yeah. So if not Makakilo, 50s? Depend.
that's so close for you already. Make them further out. Like
Shut up. That is only a decade and 3 weeks, bro.
a decade and 3 weeks, he said.
Oh, that's... All right.
So not Makakilo, 1.7 max.
I think I might go town.
Really?
At some point, I need a condo in town because I'm going to be...
You and I have different ideas of retirement, I feel like, then.
I'm going to be too... No, I understand what you're saying. And then Oahu Manu is probably mine for that approach.
Okay.
So I'll just show what Mahi and I are talking about Oahu Manu saying. Where's the Bioro Temple place? That
by
that
right across
house.
from the Times.
Where was that house? Like up here?
Yes. Further up. Yeah, probably up there someplace.
Or like over here?
I can't remember.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna drop my guy here. Ooh, yeah, look at that flag lot right there. Long driveway.
It was a flag lot also.
Really?
Yeah, that might even be it.
That might be the house?
Let me try look. Can you go inside their flag lot or no?
No, you can't go in
Can
their
you drop
house.
the guy in the driveway?
No, I can't drop the guy in their bathroom.
Oh, that's not it then. I cannot see. Oh no, it was double. It was not single level.
So a nice, sleepy Kaneohe neighborhood like this, I can hear the tempo, the gong, gong. That for
I think like
serene retirement,
Yeah.
there's that. But then there's also a certain point where if you're living in town, I'm talking more like 70s probably, where you're living in town and you have to walk to the grocery store and walk to do everything, it's going to like extend your life at that point than just sitting on a couch in Kaneohe
yeah.
in the rain.
I'm gonna do that in my 50s, and I'm gonna go for walks.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably go out Hui Manu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
or
a
Manuili.
Manu like on the outskirts where the border is, because to me like that's still pretty like it's not like on top of each other, but like close in a way that it's also maybe not necessarily like communal close.
It's got to be that one house I like in Manuili.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not 1.7 though.
That's not 1.7. You're right.
No.
All right. I'm going to show you guys Manuili and then we're going to get out of here. Unless you have questions, drop us some questions. If you don't have them, we are going
Anthony
to get
said
out of here.
Mililani with all the other retirees.
Rude. I think this might be the spot that I like. Yeah, that's the place. Yeah, I might go Manuili, man.
I do like Manuili. I don't know, but the more I think about it, the more like removed I want to be. Like I just want to be more remote.
Go Big Island already.
Bruh, not that remote. Like I still want to be able, I don't want to like have to medevac to the hospital. Like I still
Yeah.
want to be able to like drive to things
See your
occasionally.
cardiologist twice a year.
Yeah,
Huh?
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I want like specialty care for something.
But I think this is about as good as it gets, on Oahu.
Yeah.
I mean, Wailua. But I
You already
rolled that
told me
out
I
for you. I
cannot,
rolled that out for
so-
you. You wouldn't
Yeah.
do like Haula?
I would do anywhere from Kahalu'u to Ka'ava.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No Punalu'u.
I don't think so. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Not past Ka'ava, I don't think.
All right. Just so we're not leaving you guys out who don't know what we're talking about, what Mahi is saying is what I asked her was what had happened was I said you wouldn't do like a Haula, Ra'ie, places around the Mormon temple up here and or North Shore starts to bleed into northeast countries. Like a unique blend happens when you go from Sunset Beach to Kahuku,
Yeah.
which we were there yesterday. And she's saying she wouldn't go north of Ka'ava.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause Ka'ava-
love all of those areas, but Ka'ava is still like accessible enough to like H3 and alternative routes to where if something happens on that one way in, one way out road,
Yeah.
it's not like the end of my day. You know, I gotta just be home forever. Also,
If you
I
just,
feel like
go
the more
eat, you can go Windward Mall.
right, yeah. So
Yeah.
if you just want to, like, it's not that difficult. It's not that big of a lift to like go out and do stuff.
Whereas if you're up here at Haula, just a little bit more because
Yeah.
of the way this road is slow and
Yeah,
single road. If you're just up here, it feels more like you're on Kauai.
yeah.
You're in a, there's no like.
I'll drive into those areas and visit all day, but if
Yeah.
it's like a permanent residence for me, I don't think I could go. Like, if I'm gonna go that way, I'm just gonna go North Shore. Like, I'm
Yeah,
either gonna
yeah.
do as far north as Ka'ava from the east side, or anywhere on the North Shore.
You know, we went yesterday, we went to Kahuku. So we went up here, Kahuku. There's a place called Kahuku Farms. It's like a place to get,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about? And we got like food. And then we were either going to go Malai Kahana or Turtle Bay. We ended up going Turtle Bay. But I was thinking like, man, it is really different. Like Kahuku Laie is so much different than even, well, Turtle Bay is its own thing.
Yeah,
And then like this
Pupukea.
side of North Shore, Pupukea to
Velziland,
Sunset
all that area.
to Valzina, that's a different thing
Yeah.
than like Wairua.
Yes.
It's like so different.
Yeah, I am Mokuleia to Pupukea, or Ka'ava to Kaneohe.
Oh, you wouldn't want to stay Sunset side?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Me too, I feel
Yeah.
like. Yeah. All right. Any last questions?
No, but somebody said, Mauna Wili, you'll be sitting on your couch while it's raining. Just build a
They're not
covered
wrong.
lanai.
No, they're not wrong. The Maunawili is the backside of Manoa, super rainy. And that is more of the Ohui Manu, Maunawili, similar thing. But I think I go Maunawili because Ohui Manu, if you want to like go do a thing, you go in Windward Mall.
Yeah.
Maunawili, I can shoot into Kailua Town, a little bit more interesting, cool stuff. Or I can go around the bend to Hawaii Kai, which, I don't know. I might go Maunawili over. Which one would you do? Maunawili or Hui Manu?
Ahui Manu, 100%.
100%?
100%. Yeah.
That's-
For 1.7, yes, 100%. Ahui Manu.
Let's just say it's the same house either way. So now we're talking
I still think Ahui Manu because I want that, like,
the ko'olaus are ko'olauing.
I just want that life, that like
The
ridiculous
ko'olaus are
ko'olau. Like,
Ko'olauing more.
I want the waterfalls and all the ridges. I want the mildew. I want the power washing. Like, I want all of that.
What would
know?
you do, Kenj? Ohui Manu or Maunawili? Ahui Manu.
Yeah. Closer to fishing for you. Yeah. So.
Where? In the bay? Yeah. How about you, Aiden? Oh, I already Ahui Manu.
Ahui Manu.
Over
Or
Maunawili.
Maunawili. Aiden. Or Maunawili.
Ahui Manu, yeah.
He
Well,
has ties in
his
Kaneohe,
family's
so,
over there.
you know.
I get...
Yeah, oh, I have family in both though.
Oh.
I have family from Honolulu, I have Kaneohe proper,
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
really?
So Aiden, who has family all through there. Why Ahui Manu over Maunawili for you, though?
Yeah, why would you go? He's saying...
Honolulu, I feel like it's more wet.
Maunawili's wet. Ahui Manu
I think Ahui
is-
Manu might be wetter.
They're similar things.
I feel like maybe
I feel like that's a
Maunawili
wash.
feels wetter because it's in a drier area. You know what I mean? Like, it's wet for Kailua.
Oh, I see, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like, do you want to be closer to Kailua Town and Waimanalo? Or do you want to be closer to Windward Mall?
Windward
and-
Mall. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Kailua is cool. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't think I like base my decision on the two communities because I want to be closer to Kailua. Like, it's not that far. If I really want to go to Kailua from Ka'ava, I can. It's not that far.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
like,
that
what's
much
your
further.
routine going to be, you know?
I going.
Well,
Okay,
we're
get
retired.
Target.
This is retirement.
We got
so
Target in Windward. I feel like also Windward Mall is like the jam for retirement. Like, that's
It's
where
the
I want.
gym and the jam.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where all the aunties and uncles are there right now, and I want to be there also.
With all the aunties
I
and
want to
uncles.
join them someday. So.
There is, I think, what they're not saying, just for the people out there, is while Maunawili is amazing, Hui Manu has a certain local charm. Windward Mall to a Hui, like that, there's a certain local charm that isn't achieved the same way in Kailua. Kailua is more through fare, more when you get into town, half tourists, half people that live there.
Yeah.
Windward Mall, you get to Windward Mall. Hey, how's it, bro? Let me see you a long time. You know, it's just
And also, I
it's
feel
a different
like
feel.
and the beaches, like a lot of people are like, Maunawili is great because it's away from all of that, but I'm still accessible to that beach. Me, I don't really go to Kailua Beach. Like that's not like my beach that I go to. Or
No,
that
that
I
wouldn't
wanna
be the
go
beach.
to.
I would be going to
I go in
Waimanalo.
Ava side. You would, I see
If
what
I
you
live
mean. If you lived
Kailua.
in Maunawili,
Like
you would
my
go
go-to
Waimanalo.
would be Waimanalo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Belos.
yeah,
Waimanalo.
but even then, like for me, on that whole like northeast side of the island, I'm going north.
Ka'ava is a better beach.
I'm immediately going north, and I'm gonna go grab food trucks, and I'm gonna go wrap around and visit my dad, and I'm gonna, like that's my side of the island that like
That's the best, man.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I just can't.
To go over the H3, Ko'olaus, follow it around, stop at a food truck, get a, over here where it's like Kaikiri, there's the like the Samoan guy selling Vaifala.
I've never been there. You know why? Because I go to Kahuku and I get bingsu.
Oh
from
yeah,
the
your
food truck.
bingsu, yeah. But this is just that's the best.
Yeah.
This is the best day you can have on this island.
That's
I
the
think.
best day. That's my
Yeah.
favorite kind of days.
Yeah. All right, we're out of here, guys. Thank you. Let us know if you have any questions, real estate or otherwise.
CoreTeamHawaii.com.
CoreTeamHawaii.com.
You guys know.
Right here. Book a call with us or scroll to the very bottom and fill out this contact form.